you shared how, the advice you take of your own experiences, but what advice would you have for somebody else who is perhaps uncertain about their role in leadership, or kind of their uncertain about their success in leadership, whether it will happen or whether they're having success right now? Any advice for them?
Well, I think I'd start with have a long, hard think about what success means for you. Because I think too often in corporate life, other people define success for us. We buy into that definition, and then we pursue a path which actually, if you get to the destination, doesn't represent success for you personally. So for many years, I worked with CEOs of smaller businesses who started out life as founders, and their motivation was, I have this passionate idea I want to build. I want to have more control over my life, and I want to build a business that I'm in charge of. Fantastic. And the way that I'd start a conversation with them to say, come and join my group, is I'd say, so if I could show you how to build your business faster, better, more surely, would you like to come and join my group? And they said, yes. But actually, really, the important work that was done in that CEO group was to move from how can I get to this level of turnover or this exit capital value, to move the conversation from that to what is my real criteria of success? Is it exiting with £20 million and sitting on the beach for the rest of my life, even though I've broken all my relationships with my family and I'm completely isolated, and the only future for me is to spend my time with other millionaires? So let's rethink what that definition of success is. And then why? Why did you start this business in the first place? For most of the people who are these founders who are passionate about an idea, the why was, I want this idea to express in the world, make a difference to other people, build something new, solve a problem, whatever. So the why was actually their motivation. And they could have done that in another business, but part of their why was, and I want to do it myself. I want this to be a business that serves me. And too often what I'd seen happen was that they ended up being enslaved to the business they thought was going to be their source of freedom. So now you get them to ask the why, and get them to ask the why about the business and the why about them personally and the why about the family that they're a part of. And suddenly success can look like something radically different. And there was a guy who was brought to our group by his business partner who was really worried about him. And he'd said, no, Charles, I've tried to get him to engage with a industrial psychologist. I've tried to get him engaged with somebody who's going to look at his health needs. I've tried to do this and that and the other, but he never will go. Maybe, I said, you could say, come to this group because it's going to help you to be more successful in building your business. So he came to the group. Within 8 weeks, he literally was floored. Something had happened which meant he couldn't stand up. He went to his doctor and the doctor said, this is just a warning sign. If you carry on the way you are, you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke and be dead, because what you're doing is you're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to engage with your software development teams in India. You're taking your daughter to school and then going to the office, and you're working all the way through the day. You're coming home for supper in the evening, and then getting up and working from 8 until after midnight to deal with your clients in the US. Not taking any exercise, you're eating junk food, and you're alienating your daughter and your wife who for some reason has stayed with you. Basically, you're destroying every single aspect of your emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual condition. And so that was the warning that he got from his doctor. I went and saw him. I said, look, try this. Try taking a Christmas holiday with your wife and yourself and turning off your phone, turning off your computer, and spending 2 weeks having a wonderful Christmas holiday. And so he said, okay, I'll give it a go, Charles. They went to Paris, had a great time, went to New York, had a great time, did all of the things you can do if you've got a bit of money to enjoy life in Paris and New York over Christmas, stayed over New Year's in New York, which is an experience in itself, and then came back to the UK. His team could not believe that he'd turned his phone off and hadn't answered an email for 2 weeks. But now he had the possibility of a life. Now he'd redefined success as getting to know his daughter, showing the love he actually had for his wife and enjoying a family life together, and showing enough love for himself that he would look after himself, start cycling to work, start eating properly, etc., etc. So what had happened in that journey? He'd come to me with a definition of success, which was about turnover and exit value of his business. And because reality had confronted him in a very dramatic way, he had an opportunity to redefine success in terms of a family life, his own health, his own future, and caring for the team that he had around him. And yes, build a business, but that wasn't the be all and end all.